you escaped your endangered world of Toril, the strange crystal vines that started growing out all around the planet, and you managed to make your way onto the space galleon, the Moon Dancer, and escape the planet, and encountered a ship crewed by Astro Elves that seemed to have some relation to the vines, and you learnt a few things. Resuming your voyage to your eventual destination, the Rock of Brawl, you make a terrifying discovery. A Mind Flayer ship lurking among some asteroids. As this ship that I've lost the image of, as this ship looms into place, getting ever closer, ever larger. The captain, looking towards it, lets out a sigh of relief. It looks like it's a derelict. If there were Mind Flayers aboard, they would have attacked us by now. Look there. The weapons, they're broken. Still, maybe there's something worth salvaging. She walks back into the rear part of the ship, to the room she's going to go to a few times before. And you're all looking out at this ruined, destroyed ship up ahead of you. Is there anything you wish to do while you're waiting for her return?
I know that might be a daft question, but is it a Mind Flayer is like a general knowledge kind of thing?
You would know some things about Mind Flayers, despite your memory problems. They are strange aberrations. The pictures you've seen seem to depict them as what looks like a man with an octopus on his head. Weird tentacles coming out of the mouth area. They're some sort of psychic, and apparently they eat brains. That's pretty much all you know about them. But it seems like the captain thinks they're not here, so maybe that's a good thing.
Side question, just on that.
Related.
Do Warforged have brains?
You have something. You're not a robot, you have sentience. You do have something that would resemble a brain.
Yeah,
but you are made of wood and metal. It's
have.
not a squishy people brain, no.
Okay.
But you have some sort of brain construct, and you're not sure if Mind Flayers would eat brain constructs, but...
Okay, gotta be safe. Okay.
Seems like good reason to be sure.
Just wanted to check.
Very weird looking ship, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've not quite seen one in face to face before.
And I don't think you would live to see one in action.
I have heard stories of these things, but I've never seen one.
Are we going aboard?
I believe we might be. I presume
goody.
the captain is speaking to Flapjack. She thinks there might be something we can salvage, so you might be able to get hands-on.
She's speaking to a cake?
No, Flapjack is the flump who pilots this ship.
A what now? A flump?
A flump.
A flump?
Yes.
I've never met a flump before. Is he
No,
furry?
perhaps
Sounds like he should be furry.
Imagine... Let me think how best to describe this. You've seen a jellyfish, yes?
Yes, I have, yes.
Imagine a very large jellyfish with a face that can exist outside of water.
I wish to meet Flump the Flapjack.
Flapjack the Flump.
Him too.
Well, perhaps if you ask the captain.
After having this conversation,
Good idea!
Eases open again, Captain Santel steps out.
I go right up to the captain. May I see the Flapjack?
She sort of blinks at you for a second and goes, yes, I suppose. She takes you into the back and opens one of the doors in there. There's several small doors in the back section close to each other, but she opens one. You see inside this sort of silver chair, purple lightning that jets down off it. What you'd recognise as Spelljamming helm. You've seen a couple of them in your time. Sat in it is this jellyfish-like creature wearing a large pirate hat, as it were. A large naval hat with a big red feather in it. As you open the door and look at the creature, it sort of reaches up with one tentacle and gives you a little salute.
Wow, you've trained this flapjack to salute? What an adorable pet you have.
And he seems
And
to
I
go
just
back
go up
to-
and I start squishing, pushing on it and like feeling
His
it.
tentacle reaches out and slaps you.
Oh,
Just slaps away your hand, doesn't like slap you up on the face, but
oh, he's a shy fella.
and the captain just looks at you and goes, please do not interrupt the pilot. And she sort of half shoves you back out of the door. You feel the ship moving to one side as she does.
You allow this creature to fly your ship? Is it trained?
He is fully sentient and one of the best pilots I've had, so yes. Look, get out. She sort of shoves you out the door.
Wow, I wish to have my own pet like that.
And the door closes. And those of you who are out on the deck, you see, as Valis is back there, the Moon Dancer is approaching this, what seems to be a derelict ship. And as it does so, you see across over on the other ship, there seems to be a figure. A human man in sort of ragged, blood-stained clothes, his shirt ripped in several places, a red bandana bound around his head. Looks very much like what you'd expect a pirate to look like. He's standing in the sort of wreckage of a couple of weapons on the front battle prow of this ship, the area where you assume would be used for combat. He waves up to the Moon Dancer as you approach.
Not the guy that threw overboard, was it?
No. Unrelated guy. Good question.
Oh, no, I didn't want to do that.
Question on that, is the body going to at some point catch up with us?
No. You're aware of the vague mechanics of spelljamming. The ship, well, the spelljamming helm, the seat that Flapjack is in, forms an air envelope around the ship, which is what allows you to breathe. And that's sort of a bubble around the ship that keeps the ship's gravity plane, as it were, keeps gravity working within the ship while it's in the bubble. After you threw Travis off the ship, he started going backwards because obviously he wasn't powered by a ship. And as he left the air envelope, as he left the bubble, he's gone. He's just floating out in space now. He's not going to catch up with you because he's not in the air bubble of the ship anymore. He's just back where you left
I
him.
just didn't want a dead corpse to come flying across us mid-battle.
Along with the other corpse that he threw off at about the same time.
That's fine.
Not that we're making a habit of this or anything.
Guys,
Yeah,
you've got
think
to
so,
see
probably.
what they've got piloting the ship. He's a very
Yeah, Flapjack's
cute
an interesting fellow.
pet, yes.
Flapjack is not a pet.
Don't think a pet would pilot a ship.
He is.
Need a pilot, a navigator.
As much as I'd trust a dog to drive a car, I think.
Alice, we've had
Yes.
this conversation before. Different races, even if they look different to you, does not mean that they are not intelligent.
I doubt there's any intelligence there. He can't even talk to me.
He can talk telepathically. He was probably busy at the time.
Did you do? Did you say hello to him?
No, I tried to hug him.
Or if you didn't say hello, why would he talk to you?
I did say hello. I didn't say anything back.
But he might be
said
busy.
no.
He is piloting this entire ship.
Why would you try to hug him?
Either way,
He's
I
busy.
want one.
Anyway, look, we're getting closer to the ship, fellas. You can see it in more detail now.
Ooh.
Has the captain come back on the deck as well?
Yeah, she came back out with Valis. And the ship, the Moon Dancer pauses sort of close enough to the other ship that you could jump across. She sort of points her chin towards it. You guys go over there, see what you can find, see if there's any salvage. Anything that looks valuable? Any ammunition for the ballista? It looks like all their weapons are smashed up, but see what that guy is. See what he wants to
How
know.
are we getting over?
Jump.
Jump.
How do we
jump
breathe?
over.
There's an air envelope around the ship. She has pulled this ship close enough to the other ship that the air envelope of this ship will protect you while you're on the other ship, essentially. So the air that this ship is generating around it will protect you on the other ship.
Are we going to get into a complete discussion of how the air envelopes work when they come in contact with another body in space?
Not in this case, no.
Valis will turn to Derek. Are you able to jump?
The zombie. The zombie sort of seems to think about it for a second. Slowly nods. And sort of slowly bends his knees, like almost in preparation.
Oh, good. This one's not too useless.
Do you really think he can make it?
I don't know, but I'm interested to see.
Seems like an upgrade on the last one.
The last one I had did only have one leg, to be fair, though.
Yeah, I guess it just had to hop everywhere.
Yes, he was quite amusing.
Convenience, and now I got an extra leg.
Even better when you put that belt hat on him. And he jingled.
It was okay until it was nighttime, and then he wouldn't stay still, and then we couldn't sleep.
Yes, that was a little annoying.
That's when he had to go. Anyway, shall we jump?
Sounds
Yeah.
like a good idea.
Let's jump.
And Valis will not hesitate and just run and jump off the side of the ship.
Yeah? And I mean,
We're not
even
even
without
close.
hesitation, you weren't sure if that'd work, but strangely enough, you jump off the ship and you just float straight across the deck of the other ship.
You just hear Valis going whee as he flies across.
Yeah, make me a dexterity check.
Oh dear.
If you land suitably. Yeah, it's not too difficult. You manage to avoid the large chunk of wood in the middle of the room and land on their ship. A couple of the wounds you've picked up on previous fights ache a bit as you make the heavy landing. Is anybody following Valis?
Yeah, I'll have jumped over.
Sure.
Right.
Make sure Periwinkle is secure on my shoulder, and then I jump to follow.
All slams down. Rune follows and Xaryxis and
I hope
Periwinkle
Derek follows.
up the room. Derek sort of falls off the side of the boat, almost. He, despite his claims, couldn't jump all that well, slams into the railing and then sort of floats bodily across, lands flat on his face.
Doing a cartwheel across space.
Yep. But you do manage to get Derek the zombie.
What is the gravity different on this derelict than it was on the Moon Dancer?
It doesn't appear to be. It seems like you're fairly au fait with these things. It seems like you're in the same gravity plane.
Okay. I'll start heading over towards the stranger with the bandana.
Yeah. And as you all slam down, he gives it a moment, making sure everybody lands, so he doesn't get interrupted, and raises his hand and starts talking, at which point the zombie face plants onto the deck.
At least the zombie's in armor.
Wonk.
Makes it harder to see the horror.
Yeah.
And he lifts his hand again. Hey. I'm Benotto. Think you can get me out of here?
What happened here?
Our ship, me, my crew, was attacked by Nyogi. There's a couple of survivors if any of you have any sort of healing.
Are there any dead?
Yes, several are dead. People are normal.
I can help with the healing and the dead.
You can heal the dead.
No, but I can help dispose.
How did you end up on this ship?
We took it. Some time ago. It was already derelict, but it was flyable. But then we were attacked by the Nyogi.
Okay.
Did you win?
Nyogi. Who are they?
You not heard of Nyogi? They're a sort of eel spider thing. They've got like spider bits, and then on top of the spider bits there's an eel bit. He seems to gesture something with his hands. It's not very clear.
Well, that sounds positively
win.
terrifying.
Are they all dead? There's no more. Like, I'm not going to open a door and there's going to be one jumping at my face and infesting me.
No, they're gone.
Oh, good.
We killed some of them, and the rest ran off with their ship. Cut their losses, I guess.
So,
Why did
We've... This, your ship, this ship, this derelict, you said it was pilotable. I presume it is no longer so?
Oh, Jammer was one of the ones who was killed. I don't know if any of you... Maybe that guy, he looks eccentric enough.
No.
Okay. I don't know if any of the other of you can pilot her. Anyway,
I could.
let us deal with the crew first.
I've always wanted to give it a try.
We can see to your crew. We were sent over by the captain of the vessel we are being transported on to look for any valuables. If we help your men and secure passage, would you be willing to provide any and all available resources to our ship, the Moondancer, as compensation?
Yeah, whatever. Can't use this ship anyway. Even if you can't get it to fly, all the weapons are smashed up. You need to get it back to a dock.
Lead on, please. Show us to your injured crew.
Yeah.
We will do what we can.
Down here. You see, there's three staircases from here. The two on the outside both lead upwards. This central staircase leads downwards, like down lower into the ship, and he leads you down there. Move you on.
Valis wants to slip off with Derek and to find the helm.
Yeah. So you and Derek wander off separately. Maybe Derek, 1 second. Just hold on there for a second, because I need to move everybody else. The quickest way to do that is going to be to delete them. Because
No.
welcome to Foundry and not moving things very easily. But not
Oh no, there's doors.
and Bernard sort of leads you down the stairs, and you see down here the doors are... I'm going to put Valis down here so the stream can see. Ignore him. The doors are this sort of strange, almost fleshy substance that fills the doorway. As he goes near one, he lifts his hand up and waves his hand a bit. Like you would an automatic door if you want to fill it in Star Wars. And as he waves his hand, the door slides open in front of him. He leads you forwards. Go on.
I was just gonna say, on the way down, I would have kind of like been really quiet to Sol and just be like, I don't trust him. I don't trust the situation.
That's the correct response to have. So long as we stay together, we will be okay.
Okay.
And then I'll turn to look to make sure we're all together and go, oh dear.
Valis is gone already. And he opens this door and looks back to check that you're following him. And you see ahead of him several bodies lying on the floor here. Right, these are what's left of my crew, and that's one of theirs. And you see one of these bodies is clearly this sort of spider eel thing that seems similar to what he described.
Burn mark on the floor.
Sorry, 1 second. Sol and Callie, you both notice as you walk through, the door does close behind you. Sort of the fleshy barrier thing seals behind you as you're walking through it.
Are these crew, the downed ones, are they a mixture of dead and injured, or are these just the injured ones?
From what you can tell immediately, this one right in front of you looks dead. He sort of steps forwards to one of the others and, like, reaches down as if he's checking a pulse or something.
Okay.
The Nyogi creature is clearly dead, and there's several of these men lying around with armors around them.
Okay, the colour of the scheme. Does this guy, Benelto, does his attire match the downed people's?
Yes.
Okay.
I've given you a token that's only his head, obviously, but yes, he is wearing similar colours to... They all seem to have a colour scheme, you are correct, and he is wearing similar colours to those. He is wearing the same sort of blue.
Okay.
I'll turn to Calatrix and Rune and just say, I don't know if I'll be able to give much help, but I know you'll be able to help better. I'll keep an eye out while you do what you can.
I'll move out of the way to let Calatrix through, because yeah, I can't help.
All those heals and powers.
Yes, we can heal. Calatrix, get to work.
Okay, who needs healing?
On your immediate look over, you can't really tell. Maybe a medicine check. See if you can tell from this distance who looks like they're not dead yet.
Nope.
I'm sure Valis. Wait, where is Valis?
Don't
He's
ask.
turn around, he's not there.
Probably.
As you say that, Benotto turns around and looks back down the corridor a bit. Back down the way you came. Huh. Wasn't there another one with you?
Yeah.
He has a tendency to wander off. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Right, well, blue one.
My name is Sol.
Sol, sorry. Benotto. Wait. You want to come with me? We'll go find him while the others deal with this.
I'll look at Calatrix and Rune and just quietly say, have you got this?
Yeah.
I'll pat Rune on the shoulder as I go and I'll start following him.
And he leads you back through the same door as before. We'll need to move you up again, sorry.
So I wonder which of these I'm supposed to be healing.
Just wait there for a moment, Callie, while we go back to Valis.
Yes.
You wander off from the others. You hear some talking going on as they go down the stairs, but you've gone to make your own exploration.
Yep.
And as you're up here, the zombie's apparently still prone, despite having moved 20 feet.
Skill set.
As you're up here looking around, you're not sure how this vessel's laid out, but normally the helms are near the top.
Yeah. Valis will head to the like all.
I feel that your other token, because you can't have two tokens at once, can you? So
I'm still in the
let me give you the right token.
Hey. Oh no, I can have to. Oh no, I could. No, I don't know.
No, just deal with the other one. It just gets a bit weird with multiple tokens. Okay. And you see ahead of you, there's a couple of doors here. The same sort of fleshy barrier that the others encountered downstairs, but it's your first time seeing one because you didn't follow them, so...
Yeah.
You see, where you would assume there should be a door, there's the wooden walls, the wooden door frame, but then this sort of fleshy barrier.
Valis kind of just like goes for a handle or tries to push the door sort of thing.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a handle. As you brush your fingers against it looking for one, the door sort of squelches open. That's a good word, squelches.
Squelch.
It sort of slowly opens and you see inside what seems to be a room full of charts and maps.
Nope. Can't pilot from here. These
As you walk
stairs
away, you hear
going
the
up?
squelching of the door closing again. These are going down, the lower ones are going down, the upper ones are going up.
Okay, we're not going that way.
I tried to depict this with helpful shade and I did not, apparently.
They will look like one's going up and one's going down.
No, yes. So the lower ones, these ones are going down, these ones are going up.
Okay, Valis will take the ones to go up.
Fair enough. No, we've cleared that up. Up.
Up. I mean, that makes sense. Why would you have two staircases that go down?
Come out upstairs. And you see up here what seems to be maybe a bridge level. The only thing on here are 3 mules that seem to be stood against the walls. Maybe cargo? Food?
At this point, has Valis seen any signs of like a fight or anything?
Make me a perception check. Yeah, definitely. You've seen a few signs of combat of some kind with different weapons. Some scorch marks that you'd assume were caused by various spells, similar to ones in your arsenal. Magic missiles, maybe a firebolt or 2. Some slashes of maybe sword or axe where it's missed someone hit a wall. There's definitely signs that there's been a big fight here.
And there's is this ladder here going up?
Yes, this ladder seems to lead up to maybe a balcony level above.
Okay. Valis is gonna go up the ladder then.
Okay, you're gonna do this again. I know there's going to be a better way to do this map, but I didn't do it that way, so... And you climb up to what seems to be a small balcony that overlooks the bridge level where you just were, the level with the mules, and Derek the zombie, who can't seem to conquer ladders, unfortunately.
And I kind of look down. Derek, see if you can find the bridge down there. Grunt if you find it.
He nods and wanders off. As you come up this ladder, you notice immediately there is a body here. It's lacking a head.
Do I see the head anywhere else?
You do not. It smells pretty bad, and the space where it's lying, this body in robes, possibly a spellcaster of your sort of persuasion or someone who really likes warm clothing. It's sat in the centre of the scorch marks that would indicate a spelljamming helm. The lightning strikes that come off the helm that would mark the floor in the area. This is where the helm would have been. But instead there's this dead guy with no head.
Oh, bugger. Do I see
You're fairly certain a dead guy with no head is not a spelljamming helm.
Wait, hang on, is the helm a physical helm?
No, it is a chair. It's referred to as a helm because, helm of ship. It is a chair, but you've seen them carved in very strange ways. So there's a momentary thought of maybe this is the spelljamming helm, but you felt like this was a dead guy.
Do I see where this other ladder goes up to?
There seems to be another level above you, or not necessarily a level, there seems to be sort of a walkway above you, and some sort of platform. Maybe someone uses to look over the rest of the space and yell at people who aren't doing the job.
Oh, Valis is going up there then. 100%.
Because he wants to yell at people who aren't doing the job.
Yes!
And yes, you climb up the Well, no, this is on a half grid, sorry. I know we all hate half grids, but this is on a half grid. And you see up here a fancy chair. This is not a spelljamming helm, it's just a fancy chair. You can recognise that by sight. Seems to be positioned so that whoever is sat in it can look down on the bridge floor and yell commands down at the crew. I feel like I said this once. And there's several small green glowing worms crawling over this chair currently. That's what you see from here.
Malice is going to attempt to go round the chair and see who's on it.
Yeah. And you step around the chair. There is another headless body here.
Oh.
This one, from the position and the attire and the skin tone, is clearly a mind flayer. Dead mind flayer with no head. And it's covered in these glowing green maggots.
Do I see anything else other than just maggots on him?
On him, he's wearing robes. He has sort of a belt on with a couple of small pouches. Doesn't have anything of great interest. Not unless you want to look further.
No. Valis will use Mage Hand to push him off the chair and over the balcony, so he's out of the way.
You'd be aware there is a limitation to what Mage Hand can do in terms of weight.
Then
it can't
Valalis
push a
will just
whole
have
body.
to use his hands.
Yes.
It's kind of, yeah.
Use your people hands.
Damn it.
As you
touch the maggots.
As you reach forwards and touch the body, the maggots all start to swarm towards your hands.
Ooh, I let go straight away.
You let go, and the maggots start to swarm off the body onto the floor. And I'll come back to you in a second. Sol.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello.
Benny Benator leads you up here. Right, let's see if we can find your friend. Where do you think he'd be going?
He gets distracted by things he finds interesting. You mentioned there was a spelljamming helm. He's probably looking for it.
The ship's gone. Right, it's up here. And he leads you towards a set of stairs. There's a whole deck here, don't walk through it.
I can jump over it. There's not an invisible wall here, Josh. I'm surprised.
That's fair. No, yeah, I put invisible walls in there because I know my player's going to fall down them. Right, I'm going to get deleted 1 second. And you come up to this level that seems to have 3 mules in it for some reason. And as you and Benotto come up here, just move people around, you see Derek, Valis' zombie, is scratching at one of these doors here.
Hello, Derek. Do you know where your master has gone?
His head seems to tilt slightly towards the ladder.
I'll look up.
You look up the ladder, you see the corner of Valis' robe disappearing up another ladder further up.
Ah, yes, I see. Are these your mules?
Yeah, the food cargo.
I see,
Emergency
well.
food.
With luck, they will not have to be food.
Right.
Now that you've been found.
Well, I think that's your mate up there. He points up to Valis flickering, Valis' robe flickering over the edge.
Yeah, you should probably see what he's getting up to.
You can hear the muttering up there as you start to climb up of what you'd recognise as the words Valis uses to summon Mage Hand. And as you come up the second ladder, you come up just in time to see these maggots starting to swarm towards Valis.
Oh god! It's a lot of maggots.
Yes, they also aren't green. And as you come up here, Valis, these maggots start moving towards you. Roll for initiative.
Oh,
Just
jeez.
the two of you. Oops, that was awkward. Combat music didn't start fast enough. All right. And you're sort of... You weren't expecting maggots to charge at you, so you're stumbling back as they come towards you. Sorry, I've just realised there's a chat redeem for petting Periwinkle. That's amazing, and I need to redeem it. 1 second.
I think it's on cooldown. Never mind. Getting abused.
It's
Not on cooldown.
amazing.
Okay, yes. As you're reeling back, and they manage to move before you as a result, and they swarm towards you. They're occupying the same space as you. Panic. And the various maggots that start to swarm over your boots, over your legs, start biting at you. Does a 12
they're
hit you?
biting!
Does
Just
12
what,
hit
sorry?
you, Alice?
Oh,
12.
yes. Told you, if it's double thick as it hits.
Yeah, fair enough. You take 12 piercing damage from various small bites around your body.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. 12, okay.
And as they start biting at you, you see Sol coming up the ladder. Sol, you get up here just in time to see these insects starting to swarm Valis. And your turn.
I'll look over, sort of make eye contact, watch Valis get swarmed up, no bother, and just rush over and start try to sort of smack the bugs off
Yeah,
with my fists.
they're easy enough. You've got decent control.
Let's make this fiery hands just so I'm burning them away.
Burning hands. Yeah, 14 will hit. You manage to knock away a bunch of these maggots. As they start trying to climb up Valis, your fiery hands just start slapping them away.
I'll slap away some more. Again, fiery.
Yeah, easy enough. You're just... A bit of Valis's robe gets singed slightly, but mostly you're slapping away maggots easily enough. There's still a few persistent ones.
That's all I can do.
Alright. You've not used your bonus action. You can get
I've got no
bonus
key points.
action. No, you can just get one from martial arts. You
Like,
need
oh,
key points for it.
okay, well, I'll...
You use
So I
an
can
armed
punch
strike,
as
so you can use one more as bonus action.
Oh, okay. I shall do that then.
Yeah, it'll be under martial arts on your sheet 'cause it's given by martial arts, but
Read over it now, but I'll take your word for it.
it's worth remembering because that's enough. As you seem to pause for a second, and Valis is panicking slightly, and then you come back out and slap off the last few of the maggots. Valis, you see Sol appearing out of the blue. Puns. And slaps these maggots off you. Almost as soon as you'd realised you were in danger. We are out of initiative.
Valis,
Well, that was very convenient timing.
did you find whatever it was you were looking for?
Oh, God, yes, right here. And he pulls out another flask and starts putting the dead maggots into it.
Right, well,
They are still glowing slightly.
Wait a minute.
I
Good
will-
light.
I
Also,
know you have Derek.
The helm has gone. Did you notice on your way up?
I was rushing to get to you. I didn't...
Oh.
I thought you might be
Why
in
were you
trouble, and it
rushing?
turns out I was correct.
I mean, why would you assume I would be in trouble?
Experience.
That's fair. And as soon as he's picked it up, he's going to proceed to now throw this body out the chair and over the railing.
Yeah,
There she
throw
goes.
the body off the rail.
As Melis starts to do it, I just shout, Belto, heads up!
And you hear a voice from downstairs. Oh, oh. You hear a thump. He yells up, "Can you stop throwing things?"
Valis will sit on the chair now.
Yeah,
Valis.
feels like a chair.
There's something strange here, Sol, don't you think?
As you rest your hands on the chair, put your arms out on the armrest, you sit back, assume the position you'd expect the captain of a big ship to assume. Think you could do with like a captain's hat to finish the ensemble. And your left hand scrapes against something on the side of the armrest. It's a small concealed lever.
I pull it.
You reach
What do you
down and
mean
pull
you
it,
think something is amiss?
and there's a little pop, a small door opens up on the outside of the armrest. Sticking your hand inside, there's a black metal tube,
Ooh.
maybe 8 inches long. Seems to have a sort of screwed on cap at one end of it.
Can I remove the cap?
Yeah. Easy enough. You recline in your fancy chair, remove the cap.
And as I do
Inside
so,
is-
I'm turning to Sol. I didn't see many of the bodies of these things that they were fighting, did you?
Yes, it seems that the fighting went lower into the ship and they managed to kill some down there.
Oh, you saw the bodies then?
Yes.
What did they look like?
Well, you can come see once we finished up here.
And I
You-
open up the tube.
Finish unscrewing the tube and look inside. Calatrix, Rune.
Oh no.
Yes.
You are down here, apparently dealing with the injured and the dead, and whatever this thing is.
Yeah.
Callie, the first body you look at is definitely dead. The second body you look at is definitely dead. In fact, you take some time going through here. All of these bodies are dead.
Well, that's good. I only have one healing spell.
That's good. I wasn't really prepared. But the crewman seemed insistent that some of his friends were only injured.
Do any of them look like they have injuries that, like, could have got worse? Like, they might have appeared mildly injured and then...
Make me a medicine check.
Oh, it's getting worse.
You take a few minutes to look over them, and they all seem to have the same injuries. None of them really that dangerous individually, but they're all covered in several circular bite marks, like maybe some sort of large worm. You check a couple more of the bodies.
There was that weird worm-like thing in the hallway that I can't remember the name of. Can I, like, go back and say, like, compare that to the bodies? The wounds on the bodies?
Was there a worm thing in the hallway?
That
Oh,
wasn't
the-
it, like-
Eel thing.
The Nyogi.
Eel- Yes.
That would be this corpse down here.
Oh.
Yeah, you look over the Nyogi. Oh, gods. This bloody... Thank you, Tony.
That works.
I got 2 messages at the same time about the music. The new soundboard takes a second to load and then decides to pause itself. Sorry. Okay, you should be hearing music now. Excellent. Yeah, you look over the body of the Nyogi. It's got a sort of eelish face to it, but doesn't have the mouth parts you'd need to make a circular bite. It's got more of a regular lever jaw. And as you look over it, it also has several circular bite marks.
Oh, that's really strange. Rune,
Yeah.
look at these. They all look like they've been injured the same. And not by that. And she kind of, like, just nudges the Nyogi with her foot.
By what? What could make these marks?
I don't know, maybe some kind of worm thing?
I mean, it seems very... They're very small. It's like... I don't think there's any... Would there be any way of telling us, like, there any tracks or anything? I don't know if there's any much dust or anything that we could look through.
You can make me a survival check.
Okay. Survival.
There's not really a lot in the way of dust, but there are... Some of these weapons have definitely been used to fight something. And there are a couple of marks that you think might be bloodstains that seem to lead back the same way you came, essentially. Through that door, down this corridor.
I don't really know what can make these marks, but I think we may need to find the others.
Yeah. I can't do anything for these guys, unfortunately.
No,
Alice might be able to, but I can't.
Not in a way that was requested.
Oh,
No.
it's the horse death medic.
I mean, if there are injured people, then we do need to find them.
Yeah.
Start making my way back.
Yeah. And as you get back towards this fleshy door, it's closed.
A wave your dance in front of it.
Yeah, you walk up to it and you wave your hand. Nothing.
Okay.
Poke it. It's got a little bit of give to it. It doesn't open.
Huh. The door's not working. But, whatever this is.
Maybe stab it?
I'll give that a go. See what... If I can actually do anything with it, with my
Yeah,
sword.
You stab through it. You can see the other side. I mean, your sword's in there now. You could cut a hole in it, I suppose, but...
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that difficult to get through, at least.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll just cut our way out.
Yeah. You stab your sword through a few more times, and you cut a hole in it. You have a fairly decent grasp of materials. You think this would probably be really a bad thing to do with a normal sword? But with your sword, it's okay. The edge on your sword is magically sharp, given the infusions you've done to it, so...
Okay.
And you cut straight through the door, eventually making a space large enough for the both of you to pass. You had come down these stairs originally. You're not sure what the other pathways lead to.
Should we check for any survivors before we go for the others, or do you want to find the others first?
Maybe we should check for survivors, but we could, like, put a mark on the floor, pointing which doorway we've gone in.
I'll go for the door straight ahead.
Yeah, this is notable as you move closer. Where this door would normally open, it's been tied shut with like almost sutures of rope that have been pierced through it and tied it shut, and steel hooks that jab into it. This rope's been tied to. As you step up to it, you hear inside, you hear someone, Hey! Hey! Is someone out there?
There.
You say no, or do you just not answer?
Yeah, I'd just say that. Who's in there?
I'm Jasper, hi. Can you get me out of here?
Why are you in there?
Things that killed the rest of the crew, they locked me in here.
What are they?
They're called Sirlons. They're sort of worms with hooves. There's like 4 of them up here. On the upper decks, I think. They killed all my crew. They locked me in here.
Why did they lock you in there with hooves?
They have hands too.
Okay. I'll just look at Calatrix for maybe trying to open the door?
Do worms have hooves? It seems very strange.
I don't know. Most of this seems strange. I mean, we saw
It
an
really does.
eel with spider-leg things.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen these worms yet, so...
We haven't. I wonder what they could
Yeah.
be.
I'll slice the door open.
Yeah. You start to slice through the door here. And as you make the first couple of slices, just for a moment, there's a sensation that if you're human, you'd say the hairs in the back of your neck rose, but you lack hairs or a functional nervous system that would raise hairs. But there's a shiver as you peer through the gap you've made, and the creature inside there is clearly not a human, or most likely called Jasper. It's a large white beast. You can't tell very much, but it doesn't look pleasant. You want to carry on slicing the door open?
I'm gonna stop. If I can't, obviously I can't see this Jasper person we were trying to rescue. I'm gonna just peer through as like, what are you? And see if it talks.
I'm Jasper. My crew died. They left me here.
What are you?
I'm a human. You see the head sort of turns and one big red eye locks onto you. And it just goes, oh. Very well then. Get me out of here.
No.
That seems a bit rude. I didn't even say please.
Most things don't on these that we've come across. I'm going to take a step back.
Yeah. You take a step back away from the door and the fleshy bits almost seal together again. Hey! Where are you going?
We're gonna go check the somewhere else. You didn't tell me what you are.
I'm Jasper, I'm a human.
You're not human.
Well, get me out of here, we can talk more.
I can hear you fine.
I can't hear you very well. Your voice is all crackly.
I'm sure we'll do. It'll do.
Well, I mean, we can sit here and have a conversation all day, but did you come down here with another one? The blue one?
Blue one.
Your friend, the blue one.
How do you
You
know?
went back
blue
up
one?
with that guy.
How do you know?
I heard them through the door.
How do you know it's blue?
'Cause the other guy said, hey you, the blue one.
Ah. Did he? I can't
Anyway,
remember.
your friend... He did, yes.
Okay.
Anyway, your friend, the blue one, is probably going to get killed by the worms with hooves if you don't go up there and help him.
I haven't seen the worms with hooves.
You will.
Why do they have hooves? It seems like a weird thing for worms to have.
Yeah, I think the whole point. I thought the whole point of worms was they didn't have legs or feet.
Wouldn't
Is
that
real the
make
best
them
time to be
weird?
discussing biological adaptations?
I mean, it's good a time as any, I suppose.
Yeah. What else are we gonna do?
Right, well... He starts to explain various different ways in which worms could evolve to have hooves. At a level, you're both fairly confident that he has some knowledge of evolutionary science. He loses you quite quickly.
How do you know know so much about the worms with hooves?
Maybe I'm a worm expert as a hobby. If you get me out of here, we can have a conversation about it.
Why don't you just tell us what you are?
It's a weird hobby.
Yeah, it does.
I'm a worm expert.
No, but you said you were human, but you were clearly not human. You don't look like these other mammals.
Right, yeah, I thought if I said I was human, you'd get me out of here quicker.
Did you not think that we would open the door and see you?
I was kind of hoping you were blind, I guess.
That wouldn't have worked very well.
That seems like a weird thing to hope for.
Right.
Should we go find the blue one?
Well, come back here once you've found him.
Okay. We'll go and kill these worms that you say are roaming the ship, apparently.
You go and find the worms?
Well, we're gonna go find the others. We're not going to look
Fair
for the
enough.
worms.
You start to climb up the stairs and figure out the various ways up, and Valis. I'll just delete those two from the map and not put them back. Give me a second.
Because I can't find myself.
They just go. You will be on the top left. I'll just put you back in before I go back to Valis.
Okay.
I didn't even think about that. I just deleted you.
Wow.
Yeah, you come up here and you see Benotto, the human man who greeted you before, and Derek the zombie, and 3 mules. Which, by some stretch of the imagination could be described as worms with hooves. They've got a sort of cylindrical shape and hooves, and there's a headless corpse on the floor.
Huh.
Anyway, Valis, you open the tube, you unscrew the top, and slide out what you immediately know to be a spell scroll. Reading the... Go on.
Yeah, I open the scroll. Do I recognize the spell?
Yeah, it takes you some time to actually learn a scroll, but there's some runes on the top that say what it is. This is a 5th level, something. This is a 5th level something. I've forgotten what school it is. It's evocation. Should have known that. It's his Wall of Force. It's a 5th level evocation spell, which is what's written at the top. 5th level evocation, Wall of Force. And it goes on to detail the spell in some degree. It creates a wall of force.
Valis will put the spell scroll into his top pocket, re-screw the cap on the tube, and put the tube in his normal right-hand pocket.
Yeah. And you are aware, as a wizard, if you have some downtime, you have the materials to copy this scroll into your spellbook.
Yeah. And then
Or
I'm
you can
gonna
just cast it straight from the scroll.
yeah. And then I kind of sit in a more relaxed position on the chair and kind of turn to Sol. There's something weird about this. He's not the sort of person I thought would be piloting this ship from what I saw.
Why? Who? The one you threw over?
Downstairs. No, not him.
Well, he's not the pilot. He said
No,
that...
I know he's not the pilot, but I wouldn't have expected any of the crew to look like a human from the outside of this ship. It's not a human ship, is it?
No, he explained that this was a ship that apparently they took. It was a derelict when they found it. Presumably they installed their own spelljamming helm, which allowed them to pilot this ship. And as it looks like a dead Mind Flayer ship, it would keep people away for either thinking it's an alive Mind Flayer ship or thinking it's a husk. It's quite smart, really.
There's still 2 things that are bothering me. 1, where's that guy's head?
Which guy? The
see
one you
him?
threw over, or...?
No, not him. The other one that was on the little landing between here and...
Oh, yes. Well,
Where's his head?
Josh, would I have an understanding of what can happen with spelljamming helms if they go wrong?
You're fairly confident it'll involve exploding of heads.
It doesn't.
No. More so, you would have noticed on the way past, it was cleaving from the body, it was cut by some sort of tool of cutting, at least.
Well,
Not sure, sword, axe, French guillotine, but some sort of tool of cutting.
The man Benelto mentioned that their pilot was killed, so perhaps in the attack they were beheaded. Their head was cut off while they were using their bell-jamming helm, and so were unprepared to defend themselves.
But
Where the head is, who knows?
Can I recall quickly from having quickly looked at the body? Did I notice any other damage on him apart from the fact that his head had been sliced off?
Make me an intelligence check. Straight intelligence.
Oh, damn.
You think maybe it'd fallen on its face, but there were some marks on the robes. They could have been bleeding from the head wound, or there could have been other wounds. You'd have to go back down and check.
And the third thing, what's with the worms?
Yes, those are strange. I presume I've not seen these before. They
look like maggots, but they're glowing bright green.
I don't think I've seen
The dead ones in
maggots
Valis's
like this
jar
before.
still have light, so
Yeah, he's
Perhaps
kind
that's
of
some
shaking
form
them in the vial at the moment.
they've got a little bit
Perhaps
dimmer, but they're practically a lantern at this point.
We should.
And
I think we should.
Hang on, point H. What's with the 3 camels? Or donkeys?
They're mules.
Yes, them.
He mentioned that they're for carrying cargo
Yes.
and for food if they need it. I presume if they would fly this ship
But
and either do piracy or plunder another ship, this would allow them to carry heavier things from that ship back to this ship.
how come that guy was the only one who had survived the attack who wasn't wounded, but these 3 donkeys or mules, absolutely harmless, stood waiting for orders? It's very
Well, Valis,
strange.
think of it this way. If you boarded a ship, meaning to take it and kill everybody on board, you're not going to start with the farm animals.
I did.
Listen, killing the people who are fighting back is the first port of call.
Not if you
And
do
that
it
is
as
obviously
well.
why they haven't killed these things.
I mean, to be fair, there wasn't any crew on the ship when I did that, but anyway.
We don't need to talk about that incident. Only you and I know of it, and it should stay that way. We can never return to that port, and you know why.
I'm afraid I may have told a few people that story at the last tavern we were at.
Even more reason that we cannot return to that port. However, the planet may be lost, so
I still think there's
Silver
something
linings.
suspicious here.
I agree there is something suspicious, and I also think the longer we leave Rune and Calatrix on their own, the more likely something will happen to them, like you were attacked by these worms. I think we should find them.
Is
We
this
stand a
chair bolted
stronger
down?
chance of survival.
It's not
Sorry.
bolted down, but it's solid stone. It's very heavy.
Before you ask, I can see your face. I'm not carrying the chair.
I need a trinket.
You've just found a scroll. I watched you take it
What
out of the
scroll?
chair.
But I did not take anything out of the chair. And I am going to look over the edge, and I'm going to starlight step down to the others.
Yeah. You starlight step straight down onto the lower deck.
How far down is it?
It's a jumpable distance.
I'm just gonna jump down.
It's within 30 feet.
Yeah, you jump down. And as Valis, you land there, and Sol starts to fling himself over, and Benotto goes, "Oh, don't land on me!" And he steps towards the head of the stairs, like, getting out of your way.
Right, let's go fix the dead and the weakened.
Oh, yes,
And
Valis. I couldn't
as
do
a-
anything for them.
I'm going to walk right up to Calatrix and very discreetly, so that the guy can't see us, I'm going to pass her the tube of the worms and just give her a look of, like, wink wink.
Kelly's just going to take it and it's just going to disappear into her skirts because, yes, her dress has pockets.
Like that, of course.
Is this man, now that after that's just happened, then from what Valis was just saying, Can I have a closer look at this man? You said he was covered in blood. Does it look like he has any visible injuries?
Make me a perception check.
21.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have visible injuries. And as you look closer, the clothing fits him perfectly. And there's a couple of points where there's a tear in the shirt, there's a scar in his skin, definitely. But there's a lot of tears in this shirt that don't match any injuries. Maybe he's took it off someone he killed.
Does he have a weapon on him?
He has a dagger at his belt, but it seems more like maybe a utility knife kind of thing. He's not carrying what you'd expect to be a full-size fighting weapon.
Has Derek managed to search anywhere whilst we were up there?
Derek's just been scratching against his door the entire time. It doesn't open.
I'm just going to...
As you came down, you just see him scratching against his door.
I'm going to look up and make... I'm going to say eye contact. I don't have eyes, but I'm going to make eye contact with Rune. I'll look at Rune so Rune knows I'm looking at them. And I'm just going to nod once and then look back at this person. And then I'm going to reach out and touch their face.
Bingo.
I just want to touch their face.
Okay, you reach out and touch his face. He goes, ugh.
And then I'll lean in with that and just say, I thought you had something on you.
That's a beard.
We saw some strange worms. I was worried one might have fallen down with the body.
Yeah, worms? What? Yeah. He starts checking himself. Like checking his arms. Worms?
You knew of these worms?
No,
Worms
just
with
like
hooves?
While he's like freaking out, I'm just gonna go, who's Jasper? In like the brightest, most cheerfulest voice possible.
What? And he turns around to you, almost falling down the stairs. He's trying
Who's
to click stuff on the
Jasper?
stairs.
Is he one of your crew?
Oh, what? Down the mess hall?
Yeah.
That's not a Jasper. That's some sort of brain-eating abomination. We locked it in there. It was the Mind Flayers who used to own the ship. They kind of kept it as a pet, I guess.
Why did you keep it?
I didn't really want to try killing it. It's got 8 brains sticking out of it.
It does?
Interesting.
It's quite disgusting.
Maybe that explains why it knew so much about the worms with hooves.
Yeah.
And I'm like watching him as I say that.
Can I tell if
Make
he's
me an
telling the
insight check.
truth? Oh.
Also make me an insight check.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
No, you can't.
He really is telling the truth, guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Valis, you stare very intently at him. It's weird looking at a guy with a beard. Like, how do those hairs grow out of his face? What's going on there?
This is Alice of a bit.
Let's not bring that up.
Still intrigues you.
We're different from
Really
humans.
nice beard, okay?
It's a different
Callie,
colour of hair. He's never seen this colour.
You mentioned the worms with hooves, and his eyes, just for a second, go towards the donkeys. And then he blinks and shakes his head slightly. Worms with hooves? What? Don't think there's hooves around here, those donkeys.
What do you use for the shininess on your beard?
That's a... I thought we were going down a different line of questioning. It's bacon grease. It's grease from the bacon.
Ah.
What do you feed your mules?
Brain.
I really misheard that. I thought you said brain, and I was like, hang on a minute.
Yes, they feed him brain.
That's what I thought. That's what I was like.
No,
What a
yeah.
twist.
He says grain. He says it in an almost like a mix of confused and sarcastic. Like, he's fairly confident that you should know what you feed mules.
Okay, is there any sign, like, around the mules, any, like, debris of grain? Or is it clean?
Make me a perception check.
And is the stable clean? Because, like,
Oh no.
that is a thing that could indicate if they've been eating or not.
It is fairly obvious to you that this if it was a stable, it is an immaculately kept one, because it looks like, the middle floor of a ship that isn't covered in the remnants of mules.
Have they
Sol, there's
moved?
no sign of grain here.
You say you feed them grain, yet I do not see any.
They ate it, obviously. Rune, they are moving. They're not wandering around, but they move their hooves occasionally. They breathe. You can see their chests moving as they breathe. You can see their nostrils flaring. They are making all the signs of being living donkeys because they are living donkeys.
You mentioned they are holding cargo.
We use them to hold cargo. Then we sell them at the port. They aren't. I only have one picture of a mule. They aren't actively carrying cargo. I just only have a picture of a mule.
Valis will take a step away at this point, and whilst they're chatting, he's gonna pull out of his little pocket a very small earring and attach it to his ear and start stroking it.
Rising.
While he's doing that, I'm just going to turn to Bernardo. Okay, I'm just mixed up with names today. I'm going to turn to B and... so, where are these injured? Where are they injured? All that were in that room were dead.
They're all dead?
Yeah, they've been chomped on.
Right.
Is that all your crew?
It was all of them. Valis, as you slip the earring into your ear and you start to rub it, a quiet voice comes to you. Hey, check it out, there's 3 donkeys over there. And they're all brown and grey.
Yes, I've
Pretty
already
cool.
looked at them.
Pretty cool.
I know.
That one's got a, white bit on one leg. Pretty cool.
Yes, I've seen that. Anything else?
Are we on a ship? That's sweet.
We have. What do you notice?
We're on a ship.
Is it important?
I don't know, is it? It looks like a big ship. Are we on a fancy ship?
No.
It's much more fun than last time you had me.
I know.
Cool. Hey, look, there's a guy over there.
Yes, I know. Be useful for once.
I am being useful. I'm pointing out things you might not notice. There's a guy over there.
I've noticed that. I'm just saying this out loud, by the way, so you're all hearing this in the background.
Oh, this is on the phone, apparently.
Would we have seen you doing this before?
Yeah, but you have no idea what the ring does.
We don't know what you're doing, we just know you do this
I
sometimes.
You just
quite
talk to
often
yourself.
go to and talk to myself in the corner.
To be fair,
Really
it's
cementing the
Val.
eccentric thing. And yeah, as you glean extraneous information off the earring, Ben looks over to you, Rune. Well, shit, if they're all dead. No one being here. Can I get around on your ship?
I think to check that they were still alive before saying, "Oh, we got injured."
Well, I mean, I was looking for someone to heal them. That's why I was out there waving at you.
How long were you waving there? Did you just leave them to die?
Shit, three. Alatrix, roll me a d4. Or Periwinkle. Periwinkle works too.
I don't even know.
Periwinkle
Because
counts.
I've got her token selected. That's why. No bad.
Alright, and he stops and thinks, yeah, I was out there there's a sudden, almost a wrinkling in his brow, like he's thinking. Rune, make me a wisdom save.
Wow. Oh shit. Wisdom.
Oh no.
Alright. And you feel something as he seems to be thinking about what 3 means, or whatever. And you just feel something that emits out of him and slams directly into your brain. You take 7 psychic damage.
Ooh, okay.
And it definitely came from him. And he just sort of turns around and goes, "Gigs up!" And the 3 mules, you look at them and they start to elongate.
Oh dear.
And as they do, you see... Can't catch the mules now, 1 second. There's secretly another token under the mule. I don't know if you've guessed this at all.
Is it a worm with hooves?
You start to see these creatures emerging from what were the mules. These long worms with hooves and hands and robes.
Oh god.
Wait, why are they? Why
Do you know?
robes?
They do have hooves. I guess Jasper was telling the truth.
Sometimes people wear robes, Tony. That's allowed.
It's not people.
Worms aren't people?
This is a people. God.
It's not even a worm.
You're all
That's
so
the-
anti-Xeno.
I know, right? As the worm people drop their disguises, everybody roll initiative.
Worm people. Looks
Oh,
like
for God's
worm.
sake.
Looks like people.
Let's change the eye center.
I'm having really bad rolls tonight.
You were having a conversation. You weren't prepared for a fight.
Yeah, true.
Alright. That's a sell on trolls, don't question it. Callie. You see Rune almost reels back as something strikes her. You didn't see what, but on the other side of her you see these mules turning into worms with hooves and hands and robes. And they don't look friendly.
No. I am going to bonus action into starry form.
Yep.
Dragon, I think. Oh, okay. And then probably cast Entangle centered over one of these guys. I'll put a thing down. Or 2 of them. That works.
Yeah, and you can hit 2 of them with that easily enough. You see the plants start to wrap around the hooves of one. The other one starts to kick them off, but you've definitely restrained one and made the entire area difficult to move through at least. See this top one, the one closest to you and Rune is restrained, the other one is not.
Okay.
Anything else from you?
No, I'm good.
Right. Sol,
That me.
that's you.
Paul is going to draw a cone. Apologies in advance.
Well, we could be here a while.
Okay, I'm gonna do a cone. Wait. Oh no, 20-foot cone. I read that wrong. Okay, sod it. I'm not gonna do a cone. I'm gonna do a line. Because lines are easier. So I was gonna move. If I do a line from here, can I get through both this one and this one? Would it be
Sorry,
sent
give me a
to
line.
me?
It begins from you. Because
Ugh, I can't.
it's Breath of the Dragon, it begins from you.
Why don't they make it easy so you can amend these things?
Rockwood, just draw it yourself.
Blammo. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to use Breath of the Dragon as my first attack, do a punch, let's make it lightning will come out of my fist, as my last use of this. Kapow. Zip zaps up, they need to make dexterity saving throws or take 7 lightning damage.
Alright. That's a fail, and that's a fail.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to punch, and then I'll punch the one in front of me. We'll keep it lightning.
All right.
Bop. 25 to hit.
Easy enough. They don't seem to be that experienced in people fighting. They're not really acting to defend themselves. You punch it right in the wormy bit.
And then bonus action, bop it again. Oh, never mind.
No, it seems to be recoiling, and I mean, you're not bad at hitting things, obviously, but just the way it recoiled, the way you swung your fist, you just slide off the side of it. It's unfortunate, but clearly not your fault.
Somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Alright. Rune.
Yes.
You're reeling back from whatever he hit you with, and then you see these things have turned into pretty much what Jasper was describing. Maybe he is a worm expert after all.
The first thing I want to do, which I'm trying to find, what I want to try and do is whack Benny,
Benny.
but I want to try and like hit him with my shield, but push him down the stairs, kind of thing. Like, just like swipe him.
You just swing across. You can just roll your shield. I put an attack on your shield because I'm nice like that. So you just roll your shield from your inventory.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah, just enough actually. You just managed to, as he's sort of focusing, he's reaching down for his dagger, you just slam your shield straight into his arm and push him down the stairs. He tumbles down. Takes a little bit of damage from that.
So once he's out of the way, I'm gonna move towards Wemmy Boy.
Alright.
Yeah. Can I actually attack him on this one?
You used your action to make the shield attack, so
Okay, that's fine.
unless you've got something else, your attack is a bonus action now.
I don't think so.
Alright. Anything else from you?
No. I think I'll stay there.
Alright. And the first of the Solons to act is the one next to Sol. They're called Solons. We have this conversation every time. I always end up naming the monster, so you can just have it. They're called
Good
Solons.
steak.
Solon steak. It doesn't look that great, honestly.
Yeah.
And the Solon's going to look towards you, Sol, and its mouth parts jet down and tries to bite you. And then it completely misses. It tries to swing at you with its claws. Hey, does an 8 hit you?
No.
Yeah, you're really cementing the idea that these guys are not good at physical combat, as it just swings at you 3 times and you, like, barely even need to move to avoid all of them. The restrained one is going to try and break out of these vines that are tying down its legs and its arms. I was in Roll20 earlier today and I've forgotten how Foundry sheets work now. So help. What's the save DC on Entangle? Got it, 15. Yeah, it's still stuck in there. Rune, you see this one in front of you just trying to wiggle its way out of these vines. It can't quite manage it. This one at the back looks down at the plant in front of it and doesn't want to move. Looks over at you, Sol. And you feel something trying to scrabble onto your brain. Can you make me a wisdom save?
It's not good.
Yeah, there's a blast of something into your head. You take 8 psychic damage.
8 psychic.
Oh, well, I suppose not your head, but wherever your brain is currently located. Left thigh.
It's in like the torso area where the most of the ooze is for protection, obviously.
You feel a scrabbling and a pain in your torso area where most of the ooze is. Valis,
Yes.
these strange worm things are nothing like the worm things you found upstairs and put in a jar, but still there.
Valis is gonna run to the top of the stairs and start heading down them.
Yeah. And you
as
see this
he-
guy crumpled at the bottom of the stairs.
Yep. As he goes past,
Ben.
Derek. As he goes
Oh,
past
Derek's
Derek, he's gonna like look at Derek and be like, "Help fight the worms." And then as I turn down the stairs and I see Benito at the bottom of the stairs, I am going to cast blindness and deafness on him.
Alright. Do you wish to cause blindness or deafness?
Blindness.
Yeah, and as you go by, you feel the spell take effect. You feel a little click in your mind as it takes effect, and he cannot see.
And I'm just running down towards him.
You step on him a bit.
Yeah.
Alright. Are you stopping at where he is, or are you carrying on downstairs?
I'm gonna. Well, is he only like halfway down the stairs?
He's at the bottom, there's not a lot of stairs, so...
Yeah, I'm gonna stop a little short of like his reach on the stairs
Yeah.
and prepare to cast a spell on my next turn.
Alright. And your zombie acts after you, I believe. I was trying to find, does he need to roll his own on initiative, because I would bloody forget with zombies.
I think we've just done it on my initiative.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it on your
Well, after
initiative,
me.
because most summons work better that way, and I don't think Animate Dead actually states it, so...
No.
But as you finish, your zombie will move towards... that's actually the closest worm. It just... You feel the zombie just bump against you, Calatrix, as it moves forwards. And then it bumps against Rune as it tries to get into place. Rune, it almost like shoves you over, just walking past you. Just walks up to this worm creature and slams into it. For practically nothing.
Damn it!
But it hit.
Oh yay!
And Benotto. You sort of, Valis, you see him struggling to his feet at the bottom of the stairs, and he pulls out his dagger and just starts almost wildly swinging it around. You're stood well out of his reach, so it doesn't really matter to you as he just swings it around. But you can see he's trying to stab something. He assumes there's something nearby. But he's just swinging wildly. And back to the top, Kelly.
I think I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the one that's closest to Rune.
His restrained one. Right.
Yeah.
There's disadvantage on dex saving throws. Not that it mattered. It rolled a 4 both times.
Sweet.
And yeah, you see the radiant fire descend on this creature and blast through it. Dealing 7 damage. Anything else from you?
No, I think I'm good. I think that's all I can do. So,
Alright.
yeah.
I just dropped my pen on the floor. Sol.
Sol is going to punch, bludgeoning at Wormy Boy in front of him. Wow, 9.
Misses, unfortunately.
We'll punch again. 15.
Yeah, you managed to connect the second time.
And then final attack, bring the elbow down. Bonus action.
Yeah, you slam into it. How do you want to kill this one?
It's gonna bring the elbow down onto its head and watch it crumple to the ground.
Alright.
And then make eye contact. Well, look at the one. Neither of us have eyes. Look at the one at the far end of the room. And then. Is this difficult terrain to move through?
Yes.
Okay. I think I can just move it anyway. 10, 20, 30, 40. I'll just move to here. And end my turn.
Alright. You can go and look threatening. Rune.
I'm gonna stab it.
Stab it.
Do I roll with advantage for the restraint, or is it?
Yes, you do. Your advantage
that
is still restrained.
No, I can remember how to do it. Is it Alt?
Shift.
Shift.
Shift or control. One for 10.
Shift is good, control is bad.
Shift is good, control is bad.
Alt is for alternate effect on the thing.
Okay.
That was the alternate thing. Surprising. That's a hit.
Yeah, and then I will use my extra attack and stab at it again.
That's also a hit. This one's looking very wounded.
And that's my turn.
Alright. And this one is trying to struggle out of its restraints again so it can get away from you, from what you can tell. It's not even trying to defend itself really, it's just trying to struggle out of the restraints, and as it does it falls over. Trying to struggle out of here. Gets pulled down by the plants, and you see more plants start to grow around it and hold it down while it's prone on the floor.
Wow.
It rolled a natural one.
Nice.
Oh.
Wow.
It was this moment he knew. He fucked up. And the other Sirlon, who did not mess up, is going to try and bite at Sol. As he gets closer, and swing both claws at him. 22 for 5 slashing.
That'll hit.
That's the only
Just
one that
about.
hit.
Lucky swipe.
One lucky swipe. You dodged the wrong way. Valis,
Yes.
you're down the stairs with this fella. He's swinging his dagger around at random.
I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness on him.
I'm gonna make him a bit ill.
I'm gonna make him very ill.
God.
Alright. That's a hit.
Yes. Constitution.
And he does fail the constitution.
Yes.
He is poisoned.
He's poisoned and
damaged.
blind.
And blind.
And he just fell down some stairs. Just having a great day.
You're brutal.
Poisoned
know.
condition.
Waiting for my next trick.
You make his head explode.
Alright. And as he's stumbling around, and you see the green energy sort of latch onto him, and a ring of green energy forms around his neck as he's poisoned by this spell. Anything else from you?
Nope. I'm just gonna maintain my distance from him.
Alright. And on his turn, you watch as he... Oops, that's not right. He starts to spin round, swinging this weapon, and clutching at his throat as this spell takes effect. He goes, yo, right, I'm gonna get you. And he sets his feet if he's gonna start charging, lowers his shoulder. He's facing away from you. As he starts charging into the hall that leads down to cargo deck.
Oh dear.
Oops.
And disappears down that hall.
I bet he wishes there was an invisible wall.
Probably. And Calatrix.
Most Sacred Flame, I think, at the one next to Rune.
Ronald.
Yes, that one.
Not having a good day.
No.
Oops, that door should have been locked. disadvantage on that, which probably means... How do you want to kill it?
It just like is enveloped in like this, not sort of starry flame looking, like there's little stars coming out of the flames as it envelops it.
There's a blast of... You've all been in the astral sea. You've seen stars and you've seen the emissions that people commonly call solar flares, the emissions from stars. And it's almost like one of those appears in the middle of this ship and blasts through this creature, leaving sparkles of starry light behind as the creature burns down to the ground.
Well, that dude's a little bit crispy.
Made him dead in the wrong way, now I have to make him dead again.
Yeah,
Anything
In
else
the
you
wrong
call it?
way.
I think I'm gonna drop concentration on Entangle because it's probably not doing anything at this point.
Okay.
The only thing is that I can't actually see the edge of that thing.
I got
Thanks. Just delete it.
I got it. Okay, and Sol, you see the vines disappear around your feet. And
Excellent.
Sol.
So, he's going to look at this last one and just going to give it a left hook. He's going to give it a right hook. And then, presuming I missed that second one, so I'm guessing it's still alive.
It is still alive,
Just going to
despite your attempts to swing it.
Just gonna swing my arm back, wind up, and give it a flaming jab to the face. Fire damage.
Pew.
Yep, and it crumples to the ground as you do. Your flaming fist just bursts through part of this head structure at the front of it, and it just crumples to the ground and pulls itself off your fist.
Ugh.
You're a bit goopier.
I retract my fist into my body. Like when
The
you poke a
goop
snail's
starts
eye.
Drip off the edges.
So heading back over. Oh, yeah.
You are out of initiative, yeah.
But that was interesting.
Apparently, Alice's fire alarm is going off.
No, it's fine. Before you end initiative,
Yes.
because Valis is still intending.
Go for it.
The drop that he fell down, how big of a drop was that?
Well, actually, I suppose you have been down there. You're in the cargo. No, you didn't go with the others into cargo hold, but looking
No,
down it, it's probably about 20 feet. And there's also a crumpled up corpse at the bottom.
Oh no, he wanted to get it before it landed. I chased the corpse.
You might... Yeah, fair enough. You're still in initiative. You might be able to.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
I wanted to chase him and jump off after him.
You want to jump off.
I want to jump off after him.
Okay. You jump down the 20-foot hole.
And as for falling, is he still alive?
He's still alive while he's falling, yes.
Okay.
Generally, it's the impact that kills you.
As we're falling, I want to cast Sacred Flame on him and set him afire. And at the last second, I want to cast Starlight Step to save myself from falling and hit the floor.
Okay. You make sure he's crispy and dead.
Yes. But I
And-
need to know what kills him.
You blast into the ground next to him as he's crispy and dead.
Yes.
He was most definitely dead from the sacred flame.
Was it not the poison?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
The Ray of Sickness did not continue to deal damage. It deals damage the first time. Poisoned is an effect that makes it difficult for him to continue acting, but doesn't deal continued damage.
Yep.
Damn.
Poison gives you disadvantage on all.
Does it not have? I thought it had another attack of poison after.
No, it's
Oh,
just
fuck.
that initial hit, and then they are poisoned, which just gives them disadvantage. It's
I
not
should have
actually.
hit him with another ray of sickness. I just wanted to go for the full trio of pain. Oh well.
Well, it's
He's
Crispy and dead,
dead.
and you're down here on your own.
What's the reason behind that madness? But yeah.
Conveniently,
Really?
someone's cut a large hole in the door, so you've got that going for you.
As I reappear next to the body, I'm just going to start searching it.
Yeah,
Well,
you search the body. It's wearing clothes. It doesn't have anything in its pockets. It's not carrying a coin pouch. It's not carrying pocket lint. It's not carrying a little snack for later. It's got a dagger that was in its hand, and literally nothing else.
I'm just going to sit on his corpse,
Catstream.
whirling the dagger, and wait for the others.
Okay.
It's so weird.
so
And upstairs.
presuming Valis is alive, I'm sure I heard.
You saw him go down the stairs after Benny Boy.
I'll just
And
loudly shout.
The next thing you heard
Valis?
was a loud thud.
I'll shout loudly, Valis, are you alive?
You can hear that.
Yes.
Okay, we'll come get you in a minute.
No rush. I have entertainment.
Well, that's a horrifying thing to consider. While he's doing whatever he's doing, perhaps we should search this ship quickly to see if there's anything we can take back to the captain.
There's a big white blob named Jasper the Human.
I'm sorry, a what? A blob? You mean a plasmoid like me?
No, it's Benito said it was something with 8 brains, but I don't remember seeing the brains.
So what you're telling me is there is another thing on this ship that may be a threat.
Maybe. I mean, he
Put
didn't
it like
try.
that.
He wasn't aggressive. He wanted to get out, but he wasn't aggressive.
Okay,
You know what about
well,
worms?
Yeah.
okay,
He
well,
told us about the worms with hooves.
would you like me to speak with him? It? Them?
I mean, we can. He still hasn't he didn't tell me what it was. Still adamant that he was Jasper the Human.
How did you see him? Was there a hole in the door? I could always squeeze in and...
Oh, I cut the door open.
Well, I could... Okay, well, let's go
And
talk
it mended
to them.
itself. We can't get out.
Okay, let's go talk with them and try and find some treasure afterwards. Maybe they'll know if there's treasure aboard this ship.
Yeah. I mean, it's down on the bottom deck where I assume Valius is.
Okay, well, lead the way.
As you start to move down the stairs, you notice Derek the zombie is still punching the corpse of one of these worms.
Kelly is going to have a look at the worms and compare it to the wounds that were on the bodies of the crew.
Probably a match, yeah. They're all about the same size. That matches the size of the bite marks, and they have the circular mouth that you think could have made that sort of bite. You're not really an expert in circular worm bites, but pretty good idea.
I didn't even know they could have hooves.
Oh, look, they have hands too.
Worms. And hands.
I don't know if that counts them as worms. Anyway, I'll follow the others down once I've
Everything he said was true.
Huh.
Maybe except from the part about being a human.
That might just be his name, Jasper the Human.
It's true, that could be his name. Are you leading Saul straight down to that level? Straight down to the cargo area? Yeah. Okay, I'll just delete you. Bye.
We don't exist anymore.
I don't know why, I feel
Flying
the
through
need to
space.
scream every time I'm deleted. Feels fitting.
Like teleportation, we're just going to reassemble you at the other end. Don't worry, you're still the same person, I swear. And Rune directs this door that you see is closed and sealed with these steel hooks stuck through it and rope.
This stuff?
There's a slight slit in it. It's still to your left, yeah. And
Oh.
as you come down the stairs, you also see Valis is inside the cargo hold.
I'll just shout out to Jasper the Human. You brought the blue one.
Yes? Hello?
That he didn't ask for you specifically. He just heard the other guy say blue. Nothing. We're not bringing you so he can eat you or something. I don't know. Would he eat goo?
I'm not going to eat the blue one.
Please don't refer to me as goo. We've been over this.
I am a human. I do not eat goo.
Jasper? Is that
Yes.
your name?
Yes, I'm Jasper.
From what I understand, you are a creature the beholders used, and you are not a human.
What beholders?
We have slain the other creatures that had taken over this ship. Please be forthright in telling me what you are and what purposes you have, and if we were to release you, what your goals would be.
What? I'm a human.
Answer the questions truthfully, or we will leave.
Told him you weren't a human, Jasper. We saw you.
I don't know what you mean.
Make an insight check on this friend.
You can.
21.
That is an option open to you. My dice just started bouncing around the box. Not what?
Bing, 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 bing.
I've got it set to only use like the chat area for the 3D dice, so it just started bouncing across the walls. Yeah, he's definitely lying, if you couldn't tell.
There's
The voice sounds human though. The voice sounds like it's a human voice coming out of a human mouth. But it's lying.
Rune, did you mention that your sword could cut through this?
Yeah. You want to see it?
Yes, just cut a slit at about eye level, please.
Where are your eyes?
I'll just stare at you deadpan.
I
Can't
don't
tell
know.
he's staring at you.
I don't know how tall you are in relation to me, so it's like.
He's 6'3".
Okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, so I'll do it eye level.
What you assume is Sol's eye level.
I'll adjust anyway.
I think
see-
about the same height.
You see Sol's entire body shifts down about an inch after you cut it. And yeah, Sol, you look through the gap. And you see inside something that clearly isn't Jasper the human. Although maybe calling itself Jasper the human. This creature looks almost like a spider with a big bulbous body. And on the back of the body, almost like spines emerging from the back, are 8 big brains.
Ooh.
Human brains from the size, you'd assume. Are we all waiting for Tony to do a handstand? I want to see this.
You missed it. You got me so off guard.
That thing's horrifying to look at.
Ew.
Yep.
The fuck?
Oh, lovely.
I'm just going to say to it. I'm gonna look at it. This thing. Do I know what this thing is? Have I heard tales of these things or seen one before? Maybe.
Make me an Arcana check.
Okay. 10.
Because I don't ask you to make a Knowledge Outer Planes check in 5 point.
I would like to make a knowledge outsiders check, please.
Good luck. Yeah, you're not sure what this is. It doesn't look normal. It doesn't look like anything you've seen before. You've heard tales of aberrations enough to think it might not be from this plane, given the general makeup of it, the sort of slimy skin, the weird legs compared to the size of the body. It's not from this plane, no, it's a really big spider. They also don't follow the laws of physics, really.
You mentioned that had 8 brains.
It has, on its back, 8 brains that seem to be almost suspended in this transparent tissue.
I'm going to turn back, take a step away, and just sort of say to ask Calatrix and Rune, these people who were dead, do you know if they still have their brains? Because at my count, not including Benito, there are 8 corpses. One's not down here, though.
Would I have noticed if they had... Like, I feel like caving someone's head to pull their brain out, that would be obvious. Right?
Yeah, you would have noticed that. You're fairly confident the humans there have brains, unless this thing also reassembles the skulls afterwards.
Yeah.
The Egyptians did it with a hook.
Oh.
It doesn't seem to have a hook. It does have two little pincers, actually, to be fair.
I think they had brains.
Okay. We're going to ask
They had a brain.
Jasper. Jasper, do you remember what clothes you were wearing before you were put in this prison?
What? Yeah, I was wearing human clothes.
Human clothes?
A shirt and leg things.
Do you know what colour these human clothes were?
I don't know, brown?
I'm just gonna stare at it until the thing heals closed.
Shit.
And I turn to Rue and just go, yeah, no, let's go.
I mean, will it just die here?
All things die eventually. I'll walk off.
Hey, I don't want to die. Help me out.
Its voice keeps changing every time it talks, and I
Come
don't
on,
know
help
if
out a
that's
fellow
dead
human.
or if it's just Josh.
You're not human.
Why do you keep insisting?
I'm not human.
Neither am I. And why do you keep insisting on saying that you're human? That's a weird thing, even for humans.
Yeah. Humans don't want to be humans.
What? Well, shit. I'm Jasper, I'm not a human. Help me out.
I wish it wasn't so loud.
I'm
Valis,
Jasper, I'm not a human. Help.
how did you get here? Did you fall?
In a way, yes.
I see, and I
But I
presume
think-
this...
I have worked it all out.
Do tell?
The little green worms infected the people and the crew here, and then they turned into the giant horse worms and killed each other.
Alternatively, those things that we fought on the upper deck were another race, like we've been discussing, and they were disguised as mules. No idea what's going on with this guy, though.
Which guy?
The one you're sitting on.
Oh, he died from burning whilst being poisoned and blinded.
Well, yes, I presume that, but why was he helping them?
Why would you presume that?
The scorch marks, the screaming,
Aim for
the
worms.
loud bang I heard.
That tailstream.
Cattail shrew.
I have to admit, I still haven't
we
worked
go.
out where he
Let's
fits in on it, but he is comfy.
Perhaps they seem to do some form of psychic attack. I could feel an itchiness inside my brain. Perhaps they could mind control him or something.
All he
Maybe
had
he
on
was-
him was this dagger, and I hold out the dagger.
The dagger of any interest looking, or is it just a
I think
dagger?
It's
It's
magical.
a dagger.
Well, perhaps bring it with you. We are needing to search the ship for anything cargo related or ammunition to take back. We could probably
I just
check
feel
out
like
this ship.
I'm missing something on this ship.
Do you still-
Me too.
I still doesn't explain where the heads have gone.
Perhaps they ate.
Oh, to that guy next door.
What guy next door?
The big, it's a big white thing that sucks in brains.
There's a strange spider-like
As soon as-
creature
as-
covered in brains.
As soon as Rune says that, Valis darts out the room as quickly as possible.
And he
I give Rune a look.
He asked.
I'm going to start looking for things that we could take back to the other ship.
Okay.
Scream if you need help. I'm gonna wander off.
Calatrix.
Kelly's been painting around the door. Jasper the not human. Warning.
Yeah, fair enough. Valis, you come round here looking for this white thing that sounds interesting, and you see helpfully labelled on the door, Jasper the Not Human, warning.
Ah, this must be for me! And I go to open the door.
Yeah, it is tied shut with several steel hooks and ropes, and doesn't seem to open when you poke at it like the other door did.
I quickly start undoing it all. I need to see him!
As I'm on my way up, I'll put a hand on Valis and just say, please don't let it out. It is probably more dangerous than the things we killed, which is why they locked it up here.
I won't let it out. I won't let it out.
Well, stop opening the door.
Well, how do you know? How do you speak with it?
Rune can stab through the door and make an eye slit for you.
Oh,
I mean, and he can hear you.
hello?
Hey, I'm Jasper.
Hi. Yes, hi, Jasper.
Walk in here.
Could you open the door a little so I can see him?
You promise not to go in?
I promise I won't go in straight away.
No.
Oh, please.
No, you're not allowed in.
I've never met a thing that eats brain.
You apparently
eat
never met a
brains.
lot of things.
I'm a human.
I'm confused.
Your voice has changed again, Jasper.
I'll just make the tiniest slit so he can only see through his one eye.
Humans have
So
lots
he
of
can't
voices.
fit anything else in.
Lots of voices.
Oh. Can we kill it?
As you look through Valis, you see this creature. One big red eye that focuses on you. Make a wisdom save. You just check the details on your magic item. Yeah. And Rune, you cut this slit through the door, and you turn around just in time to hear a heavy thud. Valis, you take 9 psychic damage and are incapacitated as you just crumple to the ground.
Oh no.
And Rune, you spin back around and see Valis is just on the floor here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and pick him up. As we move away, the slit will start to heal, won't it?
Yes, you see the slit starting to seal behind you.
Well, yeah, I think it's time to leave.
Should I heal him, or would it just be easier to drag him out while he's...
I mean, I can carry him, or we can heal him and let him walk and talk.
It's so peaceful.
I don't think he would want to leave the brain thing, or the dead people. So
Hey, help me out.
I'm gonna just pick him up and start moving back to the top deck.
Yeah, you start going back up.
I will follow.
Alright. Sol,
Hello.
you see Rune and Callie go past, carrying...
I'd already left.
Oh, you left entirely. Fair enough. Where are you heading then?
I went to go check out all the rooms that I could try and open to look for anything that is loot worthy.
Easy enough to open this one. As you brush against the door and it just slides open, and inside here is the head.
Oh, there's the stairs. I couldn't see those.
There are some very thin stairs there.
Yeah, I was going to go upstairs. I wasn't going in here. Sorry.
Oh, fair enough. You
I was
don't know
gonna
that the head is
put
there
it, yeah.
then. If you need it,
That's where it is.
I'll put the others back on the upper deck. 1 second.
I would have been searching the doors on the upper deck that we were on.
Okay. Stick you back up here. You approach the first door up here, and this one seems fairly easy to open. You see inside what seems to be a chart room, various maps and charts of... You've seen some wild space charts before, and they seem to be charts of wild space systems.
I'll roll them up and take them with me.
Yeah, there's a couple more in a shelf at the bottom, but you can carry all sort of 5 or 6 of them.
I'll grab that. Then I'll carry on.
Alright. As you move away, the door seals behind you. Tony?
I was just gonna ask, is this like I see are these ballista shapes?
Yes, they are blister
Is
bolts.
that a weapony thing?
That seems to be the smashed remnants of what was once a catapult of some kind,
Okay.
which probably what these catapult stones are for. But it's also smashed and all over the deck. You're not quite sure why.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably assume, like, impact. Some sort of damage, but... it's not functional, in any case, but the ammo is there for both ballista and catapults.
I'm gonna shout or somehow signal Raslim over and then like get them to like
And
tie
you
the
can see back onto the
bolts
deck
and
of the
stuff
Moon
on.
Dancer a bit, and you see Raslin still stood on the Moon Dancer, just sort of staring at you as you went across. And as you signal to him, he steps back a couple of steps, leaps over the railing, and flies across to you.
I'm gonna like pop Valis down and just like strap all the bolts on him.
Yeah,
To carry?
easy enough. I mean, he's not real. Harsh. But
I know.
he's made of metal and such, and
He's a strong boy.
in your forethought, you have attached various straps and ropes to him for carrying things. Because that's something you can do when your pet is made out of metal that you built yourself. So you attach it to the various ropes and things that you put on there for that reason.
I was gonna say yeah, because I don't think I actually got a rope myself. But yeah.
That's what the horse is for. You strap these 4 sets of blister bolts that you can find here onto Raslin, who doesn't seem to be bothered about moving with those.
I'll pick Valis up and
Yeah, pick Valis back up.
While you're doing that, now that we're away from the thing, I'm going to cast Healing Word towards him, and he just like sparkles with starlight as it hits him.
Alright. Trying to roll for that.
Hold
Okay,
7.
Valis.
Yay!
You gain 7 hit points. You see you're seeing stars, as it were, but not in the sense that you've just been punched in the face. In the sense that it's like looking out onto a field of stars as you feel your body start to heal slightly. Your eyes flicker open. You're dangling upside down over Rune's shoulder.
Oh, guys, the gravity's failing on the ship.
what? The gravity's fine.
I'm floating away.
Oh, I'll just like lift him up. Like, you're fine.
Oh, what happened?
Pop him
Drops his
down.
right way up again.
You collapsed.
Oh. Wow.
Also, that was like
no.
my only healing spell, so please don't get injured again.
I wasn't intending to. I was just admiring the brain thing, and then I was up here.
Yeah, I think the brain thing might knocked you out.
Is it still alive?
Yes.
Oh, good. There's still time then.
No, we're not going back.
Oh, please.
It will kill you next time.
I just want a sample of its blood.
No.
You won't ever let me have my own monster.
No, the clue's in the name, monster.
We'll let you keep Derek.
Yeah, where's Derek?
You all heard the
don't
faint
know.
sounds of punching from the level above you.
I think he's fighting things.
You forgot about Derek.
I was chasing the guy who fell. You pushed down the stairs.
How can we trust you with a brain monster when you can't even keep track of one zombie?
You have to learn to keep on that one.
Fine, I'll go get him.
They are, by definition, disposable. As-
Valis will slump off up to the stairs to go and get Derek.
As Valis starts to head up the stairs. Sol, you open the door here, and inside seems to be storage for sails. Like the sort of sails you put on a ship. This immediately strikes you as odd because the ship doesn't have sails.
Can I see if I can unravel it slightly, see if it's covering something?
Yeah, make me an investigation.
Natural 20.
Yeah. And it is, as you may have expected, concealing something. As you dig inside the folds of the sails, and you find in there what seems to be a very finely made breastplate. A piece of medium armor that would strap around the chest. Carved with various tentacles that seem to gather together in the centre to form a 7-pointed star. And feeling that there's something else here still, you dig further, and right down the back, hidden in these folds, is a small pink crystal. As you look it over in your hands, you've had some training in the monastery, enough that you'd recognise an Ioun stone. This is a Ioun stone of reserve. You've been taught to recognise the runes on these.
Which one does the reserve do?
It will store spells.
Ah.
You're not sure of the details, but you were taught the distinction between the colours and shapes. And this is a stone of reserve, which you know would store spells.
Okay. I'll get both of those things. I'll put them in my bag, and I will, I guess, continue looking for stuff. Nobody else is checking down here, it seems, so I will continue checking down here.
Yeah. The other two rooms here, seemingly, are just sleeping space for maybe underpaid crew. They're all bedrolls that are very closely stuck together, and nothing seems to be concealed under them. There doesn't seem to be any space for personal effects or anything.
This is bothering me. This is bothering Sol. Is that it feels as if there should be something here where he is, based on how the wall is and that the room didn't extend to it.
In the sail storage.
Yeah.
It is sail storage all the way down. I think there isn't a light in there.
Oh, there's a wall. I see. Right, I get you.
It is sail storage all the way down. You would have noticed that when you were inside.
Spooky and dark.
Yeah, it's the way the lights are outside. That's not intended to look like a separate room.
Alright, I'll come back over.
And Valis, you go up the stairs and retrieve Derek, who has punched two of these worms into pretty much not being worms at this point.
Meat jam.
Following the important command, attack worms.
Making meat jam.
Hey, good job there, Derek. You killed two of them. Come on, follow me.
Follow me.
No, follow me.
So,
follows you.
If you... Glad to see you've got some of those ballista bolts. I found a couple of things. Should make the captain happy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll bring one of the sails as well, by the way, Joe.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Sling one of the sails over your shoulder.
I think there were some crates downstairs.
If you want to have a look.
I can go have a look.
I think you should... maybe.
Not on his own.
I mean, would they want the weapons from the fallen people? I mean, we've got all these ballista because obviously they need that ammo, but would they want the weapons?
She specified ammunition and treasures. I don't think she would care too much for random weapons, but bringing a couple wouldn't hurt, I'm sure.
In the interest of time, you head downstairs and the crates are filled with various foodstuffs packed into bags. You can grab a few bags of that and a couple of the scimitars that were lying with the bodies.
The foodstuffs might be handy for, all of these extra people that we've saved.
Does Valis find any tea?
No.
Damn it.
As you...
he grabs the food.
As you load yourselves up with stuff and head back across to the Moon Dancer. with your treasures. Captain Sartell comes out and helps you unload the blister bolts. Starts to get a couple of these civilians that seem to have spent some time on ships before, that seem to follow her orders as she orders them to take the blister bolts up to where the blister are. And as you begin to explain what happened to her, she bangs on the wall and tells Flapjack to start you moving as you explain the happenings. And as you're making ready to leave, across the face of a nearby asteroid, there is a dark shape. You see another ship, seemingly like a giant spider with long, delicate legs and rigging built to look like webs. Starlight gleams off the metallic hull as it silently creeps towards your vessel. As Captain Sartell sees it, she yells out, "Ah, a night spider! The Nyogi were using this hulk as bait, we've flown right into their web." As she bangs on the wall, trying to get the ship to go faster, looks towards you, panic in her eyes. And that's where we'll pick up next time.